The FCS National Championship is over. Montana State is your 2026 FCS Football National Champions. I never know how to say the year. What a game. What a finish for the Bobcats. Heck of an end to what has been a tremendous year. We're going to dig into this. I'm Joe DeLeone with Sean Anderson. Reminder that today's episode is presented to you by our good friends over at FanDuel. If you're going to be betting on college football for the rest of the season or the NFL playoffs, now that your FCS season is over, make sure you go and do it over at FanDuel. Sean, this game, it felt like really quickly, right off the bat, that we were going to get a Montana State routing. Even when Illinois State scored in the second quarter, and it was a 7-14 game, we witnessed Montana State smoke their way down the field. And it really, really felt going into the third quarter that this game was going to be lopsided. Felt like it was going to be like a lot of these FCS national championships, lopsided. Illinois State, they scratched, they clawed, 14-0, fourth quarter. Looked like they were going to win the game. It comes down to a bad snap on a field goal. Ball's on the ground, holder drops it. Ball is tipped by Seth Johnson, who recovers it, gets the ball within striking distance of field goal range. A bad snap by Montana State knocks Montana State out of field goal range. They have to punt. They go to OT. A dropped hold after a Lord touchdown then gives Montana State the opportunity to win on a game-winning extra point. And even on fourth down, blitzed, pressure in his face, Lamson connects with, of course, Taco Dowler for the winning touchdown. That was one of the most dramatic FCS national championships that I've watched. We have not been blessed with a game like this. We should have known the ISU in the game that it would have ended up turning out this way.
That's the exact point, is that Illinois State, when they see fourth quarter pop up, they activate. It's Drake in the Sprite commercial where it's running through them and they're like, I'm a different guy. I'm a brand new dude. And they are. And they just went out there and fought. Mm-hmm. What a game. I know that everyone's going to be on Brock Spack for the decision on 4th and 1 to kick instead of go for it and try to score. Science says you kick that. It's just your kicker. So that was a very short field goal.
Yeah,
you didn't know that the operation was going to completely melt down. And as a former specialist, I'm not going to dog these dudes, but guys, we got to be cleaner, man.
Here's the thing:
got to be cleaner on both of those.
There's every player in this game. Like you can't single somebody out because every player, every team. Everybody in this game had their hands in the pot of losing that game, whether it was Montana State's offensive line with all their false starts, Illinois State starting slow, Illinois State giving up that touchdown before half, Montana State coming out flat in the third quarter, Montana State giving up like 14 unanswered in the second half, letting Illinois State back in it. And then just the craziness. It could have been dropped pass on 3rd and 10 in overtime from Montana State to seal it. I'm floored from what I just watched. The duel between Lamson and Rittenhouse, classic. They both showed up. They were fantastic. It was a tremendous game from both teams. Heart goes out to Illinois State. I mean, my heart would have gone out to Montana State if they lost because they would have had third championship loss in 3 years. This one, or in 5 years rather, this one to the Magic Team of Destiny when they choked away the second half and then everything went wrong. Illinois State, Magic Team ended. You got to feel for that. You just have to feel for that Destiny run. And one of the best, one of the best FCS playoff runs I've ever seen with the caliber of teams that they beat, the way that they performed in the national championship. Hats off to them. Just stellar work from both teams.
On the Illinois State side of things, to talk about them first, and then we'll talk about the victors to kind of dissect what went down. It was, as you just said, a magical season, and it was truly fitting that they refused to die in the national championship. Everyone watching the game, it really felt like it was just going to be a little, slow grind down, and then they were going to separate, and the game was going to be over. It felt like that they had no shot the way that things were looking in the first half. For them to have produced the game against North Dakota State when they weren't supposed to win, they weren't supposed to have a shot. 5 picks, 5 turnovers in that game. 0 chance that they should have won it. The ball bounced their way multiple times. They ended up pulling the biggest upset in playoff history, potentially, that at least we've witnessed.
Yeah.
And to now get to this spot with an equally, not equal, like fully equally, but another top team, everyone's assuming that you're cooked. Everybody's counting you out. And here we are all the way back to where they find a way to maneuver their way back in. As you just said, Rittenhouse, unbelievable performance. Dawson, unbelievable performance. Sobkowitz was completely neutralized, which meant Dylan Lord had to step up, and he took advantage of every opportunity, including the game almost winning or game time overtime touchdown that he produced. Just one of those seasons, man, where we might forget this Illinois State team, or some people might go on to forget this Illinois State team, but I never will.
Yeah.
That was one of the craziest playoff runs in sports that anybody has produced. For it to come up this short is incredibly disappointing and frustrating, but that was ridiculous fight when nobody expected you to win.
Yeah, I'll do a quick fat stats for Illinois State.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy Rittenhouse, 33 of 46, 311 yards, 4 touchdowns. Give it up for the big man.
Ooh.
I mean, you can't do much better in a championship game. You literally can't do much better in a championship game than what he did. Victor Dawson, 29 carries, 126 yards, long of 21. Dylan Lord, 13 catches, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns. Unbelievable. Unbelievable performance from their offense. Never gave up. Just a ridiculous performance. And one that, will probably fall because history is written by the victors. I don't know. It's going to be tough to forget that one because it's just so impactful what they did on Monday night, gripping the nation. I mean, gripping the nation's attention at every chance that they had. Every chance they had to flail around and give up. Nope, they didn't take it. No, why would we? We're Illinois State. We don't effing care that it's the fourth quarter of the second half. Don't care how much we're down by. Don't care that if we came into the playoffs unseeded. It doesn't matter if we're playing the 1, 2, the 3. You get everything out of this Brock's back team. Just a tremendous, tremendous performance from them.
Again, not to single out the specialist operation. You get the bad snap on the missed field goal. You have the dropped hold on the extra point that effectively cost him the game. I got to be honest with you, Sean, the former FCS long snapper, as soon as that first play went wrong, I knew something else was going to come. I just knew. Knowing how us weirdos operate, I'm not trying to call you the specialist weirdos, but like knowing how easily rattled a specialist can be by one bad play, even if it's not the same guy in the full operation. You could have a bad snap and then the holder's freaked out and panicked the next time he's on the field because he's super worried about where the ball is going to be. It was one of those positions where all three, nobody is going to understand the attention to detail that goes into that. And everybody's just going to look at that and go like, oh man, how do you not do that? Well, you have to be on in the biggest moments. It is the highest pressure spot to be in where you're not on the field for most of the time, then you have to go and step out there. It sucks. I'm gutted for those kids because when you're one of the, I've thankfully never in my career, I thankfully never experienced that, but I can only imagine the pressure and the disappointment that would come from that. I'm saying this from a spot of, I'm sorry guys, like that really is tough. Knowing how much you put into the season and how reliable they were during the season, to let that get to your head is just, it's brutal. And I know that it's probably going to haunt them for a long time.
Oh yeah. I think we would be somewhat understanding of how the post-game locker room scene is. Even in the most tight-knit unit, you could be brothers for life. Guys. Yeah, you could be brothers for life.
Yelled at.
They are in a bad spot. Yeah. And one of these teams, with how it shook out, this wasn't just, oh, we went out there and we got busted up, or, oh, we went out there, we lost by 10, we gave it a good fight. This loss stinks, but, we didn't really have a chance. Sad flight home, yada, yada. This is a dark flight home. This is a really depressing flight home. And I can empathize with that. We've had that. At Rhode Island, we found a way to lose just about in any possible fashion. I've watched the Atlanta Falcons lose in literally every physical possible fashion. I can empathize with losing this way as a lifetime loser in football. So this type of loss where you just have it in your hands, you have it in the palm of your hands, so gutting. You just cannot
get over it in the moment. You can't get over it in a week. It'll take years. And that's just a brutal part of sports that has to make you appreciate it, because you give so much and it's sacrifice, and then something like this happens and it changes your life and it changes how you view things. You either get up off the mat or you don't. I'm hoping Illinois State gets off the mat, because I don't know, they got a great program. They got a great coach. I hope they can figure something out with some good momentum, but just a gutting, brutal loss.
Now for the victors, first half was amazing for Montana State. Overall, by the way, this is just like a real program defining win. They had gotten so far, but continuously fell short with some of their best teams. And now they do it in what was supposed to almost be a reset year. Justin Lamson played his ass off. He had a lot of big plays early on. We saw Taco Dowler pop off and have a lot of massive receptions as well. The one thing that they won the game. They they narrowly won the game. They almost gave this game away. I don't understand why, with the lead that they had in the second half, why they were getting away from running the ball. I don't know how banged up Adam Jones was when they showed him coming off the field. I don't know what the deal was there. 5 carries and a 9.2 yard per carry average was a little odd to me. I just in general did not understand. Even Julius Davis was averaging 4.6 yards per clip. I don't understand why they went away from what has been a major asset for them. They weren't getting completely stonewalled. They weren't having the same ridiculous easy successes they previously did, but I think that was part of what led Illinois State to get back into this. They almost allowed Illinois State to take this game because they got away from their identity. But good for them for finishing when it mattered the most. Taco Dowler coming out with that catch, and Lamson not even flinching at the pressure that was sent at him. Yeah. God, that
unreal.
Was unbelievable. Throw.
Unbelievable performance from Lamson. Just four total touchdowns. I wish he had ran it more in the second half and just made some choices when he was rolling out to just say, hey, let me pick up this 6 yards instead of taking a risky shot. The series of downs before they gave the ball back to Illinois State prior to the missed field goal, sending it into overtime. He threw one pass. It got tipped by Illinois State on the sideline. I thought that was the game. I thought I was getting housed for 6, and the ball just was 4 inches too high from a pick 6, and Illinois State walking it off, and got lucky sometimes, but how lucky can you consider it when you go 280 for 18 to 27, and you rush for 2 touchdowns? He was incredible in this game. I would have pumped Julius Davis way more in the second half. I would have gone 2 runs, 1 pass, and just alternated. Taco Dowler's a star. That was awesome. Just what a way to show up for your team when you needed it. Dane Steele, one of the coolest championship touchdowns I've seen. Maybe.
Oh my God. Yeah. Where he barreled through everybody.
Hurdle,
oh my God.
Keeps himself up, breaks a tackle, gets in the end zone, viral moments. So sick. There was just so much to unpack from this game. The rewatchability of this game is going to be incredible. And I know the film session for Montana State is going to be like a roller coaster. It'll be worse for Illinois State. I don't even know if either team should watch the tape. Neither of them
pop
should watch
the bubbly and if you're Montana State, get on the plane. If you're Illinois State,
light the cigars, get your Chick-fil-A, have a time. Do not just leave this one to the ether.
I'm setting those boys free on Nashville tonight.
Yeah. Oh my God. Speaking of Nashville, what a turnout from the FCS fans.
Yeah.
24,000+ in the stands, highest attendance in a neutral site game since 1996. What a scene.
They have, not to jump to the Nashville conversation too soon. I do want to kind of like really emphasize the Montana State win, but to your point, I don't see why we go back to Frisco. I don't see why. Everybody that we talked to, we were in Nashville at the beginning of the weekend. Everybody that we talked to was like, this is awesome. There's so much to do. There's the strip of bars on Broadway. There's bars everywhere. It's obviously a party town. Everybody goes there to get super effed up over a course of a weekend, but
it's accessible.
You could kind of tell that the crowd was at the bars before the game, and then they started tailgating, and that's what made the crowd awesome. And it was loud.
You could hear it.
You so loud.
And Montana State,
24,000. There were only 24,000 people in the
I think it was 24,000 recorded. Yeah, 24,000 maybe.
It felt full at that Vandy Stadium. Did they not open the upper deck?
I'm not sure. From Pat 40, official attendance for FCS title game, 24,105. Largest for this game since 96.
Okay.
I'm telling you, but I was expecting it to be not 24,000 for some reason. I thought it was going to, but from what we were walking around and seeing, I thought it was just going to be a Montana State home game crowd. But no, Illinois State fans showed the hell out. Their side of the field was probably louder than Montana State's, given the vast amount of false starts from Montana State. How did they not lose that game? 8 false starts, so many drive killers. How is that possible? 3rd and long, 3rd and long, 3rd and long, 2nd and long. I mean, a blessed team. It's just a cosmic game sometimes. And an oblong ball, 120-yard field, 53.5 yards wide. Unreal how they got away with that one. And just pulled it out. I don't know if it's will. I don't know if it's luck. I don't know if it's a talented team. It didn't seem like talent was really registering tonight. It really didn't. It felt like Montana State was just like, someone's got to win it. We have to find a way to effing win this game.
Guess who tweeted this?
The
41-year-old drought is done in the 41st state.
Is that Rev? Is that a Rev?
It's Dustin.
Dustin's the man. Dustin's my MVP, by the way. He is my absolute 1-1 MVP.
We're going to talk about the trip in a quick second, though. But this is just amazing, though, for Montana State. Because, like, we got to interact with a lot of Montana State fans before the game, and they just all seem super fired up. And to finish, I actually kind of think it's more satisfying to win in such a dramatic way, especially with some of the ease that they've had since the South Dakota State game, with the way that they've won. I would feel really satisfied watching your team and getting to see that final play. That is, if I was a Montana State fan, that is a play, the final throw of Lampson hanging back in the pocket with pressure in his face, connecting with Dowler. That's one of those plays that you remember for the rest of your life.
When that ball was sitting up there, it felt like an eternity when it was sitting up there. And then the camera pans and it's like you see 2 receivers underneath. You're like, oh, he's not throwing it to them. Oh, they're kind of covered. He's not throwing it to them. Where's he throwing the ball? Pressure in his face. Camera pans. Dowler, open, end zone, touchdown. Oh my God, they just scored. It's up to an extra point. And credit to Taco Dowler for not losing his mind in the celebration in the end zone, because he knew what this game was. Cursed. He knew if he gave there any opportunity, if he went and excessive celebrated, took his helmet off, pushed it back 15, we got double overtime, 34-34. Anything that he was like, I got to get off this field. We need to get off the field, fellas. One job. We got one more play and then we win it. Get me out of here. It was awesome. I don't know. Maybe that's a statue play. I couldn't believe it. Get your natty in that fashion. I don't know. They write books about stuff like that. They make movies about stuff like that.
Seriously.
Unbelievable game. Truly a classic. I'm grateful it wasn't a blowout. I'm grateful for the entertainment. I'm grateful the game was so respected tonight by the football community online. Not just the FCS folks. You guys were great on Twitter, just managing it. Everybody was great tonight. But big people, big pundits, massive people in the media industry paying attention to FCS football in the championship on Monday night, and both teams delivered an entertaining product that I don't know what that does for the bottom line. I don't know what it does for next year's viewership, but I bet you there's going to be some return viewers next year. I bet there's going to be some people that are like, FCS championship tonight? Yeah. Last year's was awesome. I got to watch this game. I got to sit down for it. This is one of these games that makes an impact on the general public. Couldn't have been better for the FCS product.
I also, in line with the exposure of the game, I will say when we were in Nashville, it was really rewarding we hadn't really been in a setting like that, even though we've traveled for games, but we haven't been in a setting like that where I feel like every time there were a lot of people that went out of their way to let us know they really liked the show. People, I've never had somebody come up and ask to take a picture with me. I've legitimately never had that happen to me before. I love the Montana State fans and how excited they were. We kind of joked that we felt like the Montana State fans stopped listening to our show. And apparently that's not true. There were a lot of people that kind of went out of their way. And I think that's what we were in Nashville. We didn't stay just because of our work obligations. We work in the media it's just too hard with the NFL playoffs and the college football playoff happening this week to have taken a full Monday off and to have not done the shows that we do. It wouldn't have worked. We wanted to stay for the game, but to have gone there and not being sure if it was too tough of timing and being uncertain about making the trip, it was absolutely worth it and rewarding that we got chances to meet people. We got chances to meet all the amazing people that we interact with. Second time hanging out with Sam Herder and getting to meet Dustin Helton and getting to meet Jamie Williams and seeing Brendan's big goofy ass who you kept threatening to fight.
It was great seeing the big man. It was great.
And all the FCS Fan Nation radio guys that we got to interact with. I'm sure I'm probably going to miss somebody here, but it was just a total fun weekend. And I think that the energy that came from everybody enjoying Nashville really showed up in the energy of the game.
Yeah, and it stemmed a lot from, I think, Montana State fans they were organized, they knew where they wanted to be, they knew what they were about. They had boots on the ground.
We heard Monet like 100 times at the bar. We were there for 8 hours. They played it 15 times. That's not a joke.
You won the game. We can retire the bit. You won. All right,
can we stop with the?
You got it done, fellas. We got it done. Yeah. No more Grizz chant. Now we're national champ. Let's do national champion. We won the game. That'd be nice. But it was tremendous seeing everybody. Dustin Helton, sorry about the hurting I put on your tab, but I told you it was going to happen, and it did.
Just on my tab because I had to start picking up your beers after.
Oh, did you? That's right.
Yeah, it closed down. You're like, give me a beer, put it on Helton's tab, and I look like a jackass trying to order a beer on his tab for you, and had to pay for your beer.
Oh my
tale
God.
as old as time. Joe paying for Sean's beers.
Oh, I'm so sure that's the tale. Okay, we're not going to do the financial recap. That's for sure. I offered you Geek Bar, and you didn't want.
I didn't want the $30 Geek Bar that you paid for outside. You got scammed. Instead, Brendan did the right thing. Buy a pack of cigarettes and offer it to everybody.
Brendan's the best. Brendan was the best. Rev was the best.
Jamie, kiss him.
I was trying to. I think I might have.
I watched you kiss Dustin. I met Brendan.
Did. Oh, yeah. I wanted to kiss
you kissed Brendan on the mouth. I wonder what would have happened.
Well, look.
When we make the South Dakota State, you got to try to.
Just so fun. Yeah, just so fun. Jamie Williams rules. Jamie Williams is a funny guy.
Chris Hammond. I almost forgot Chris Hammond.
Great. Chris Hammond.
I know I'm mispronouncing his name, but Matt was also great to get to talk to. But Chris Hammond.
Chris pulling up in a Tyler Lockett neon green jersey. It was just the stupidest.
I had to wear it because he's on the Titans. He's on the Raiders.
Yeah. He's like, oh no, I can't wear it anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry for shaming him and covering up his jersey.
I've had some real genuine happiness in my life as such a depressed fat loser. I had a pretty good year. There was nothing that brought me more joy than seeing Jamie Williams walk in the bar in a JMU sweatshirt and a purple hat. And I'm like, this guy doesn't give it a rest. This is my favorite. It's an unbelievable commitment to the bit.
Yeah.
What do you know? The Rev walks in a purple shirt also. And I'm like, oh, we got Grimace in the hizzy. Let's get it done.
Yeah, we have more Grimace representation at the Barstool Nashville than Illinois State fans that we.
That's right. McKinnell was
not a single Illinois State fan came up to us. By the way, we also did talk to McKinnell. That's true.
McKinnell was great. Happy to see him. He's a funny dude, man.
Speaking of people you want to kiss, you really want to kiss Stone the Bonowitz.
Look, there was some type
waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, there's some type of quarterback offensive lineman thing there, and
I've never seen you like lift your skirt more in a setting like that. You were like, whoo!
I didn't know. I genuinely was like,
someone hasn't talked to me like that in ages.
I
that was what you literally said.
It activated me. It was like almost like a crush. It was crazy. And I'm like, damn. Because he just rolled up on you, me, and Brendan outside. I'm like, who is this? And they're like, that's Stone. I'm like, Stone? What do you mean Stone? No, and I'm like, oh, no way. And he's just out there too. Great time. Seeing him, it was just unbelievable. I thought that when we were walking around on Friday, it was all Montana State people. Everywhere you were walking around Nashville, only seeing Bobcats gear. I guess Illinois State fans
showed up today. This morning,
Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, I guess it was easier for them. The Montana State people got there, I'm sure, on Thursday. We
were seeing them on We were seeing them on Friday morning when we were there. We got there.
Maybe they deserve it for being there longer and really hunkering down in that. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Nashville today. That's not
Nashville was okay. Nashville itself was okay. Getting to be there and hang out with people was fun.
Yes. I would say that's definitely the case. So much fun.
I got to reiterate, by the way, I said this to you. I don't know if we ever said this on the show. I guess we might have. I love the new bit that's starting now. I think we did say this on the show for people to do this to us.
Maybe before our trip this year at Idaho. I think
we did. We were walking. We had a couple of people who just literally didn't stop us and just went hacks and then kept walking. That made me really happy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. All right. Well, we're starting a bit now. I'm glad that people are buying into the bit.
That's the bit. I hate saying this. If you want a picture, we're happy. But we are not looking for a picture. We're not like, come see us. So let's all, do pictures.
$25.
No, none of that. You can literally walk by us, yell out hacks or hack or there's the hacks. And we'll be like, oh, that's great. That's good stuff. I'd love to get your name, love to shake your hand. But if you're just sitting here, you want to call us hacks in the street, really great. And then also to the gentleman that recognized us and didn't say it, I we were walking by on Saturday. I hear, we're just walking by. I hear, Joe DeLeone. It's a Hack City. I'm like, say what's up.
Grab us.
Say what's up.
Punch us in the back of the head.
Punch me in the back of the head. I swear to God, you think you're joking. You could punch me in the back of the head. I would turn around. You say hack to me. I'm like, oh, there's a friend. That's how I view this audience. You guys have been so good to us. You were great to us in Nashville. It's important for me, and I think Joe also, to feel that connection with you guys. We've been doing this show for so long, and we know that we've had day one listeners, and we know we have listeners that are seeing us for the first time ever this show because it's the FCS National Championship. Thanks for tuning in for this also. But everyone that was there from day one, everyone that's just getting into it, stay around because it's good. It's getting good. I'm getting worse. Joe is getting worse. But the show and the community and the atmosphere in the FCS, grateful for it. It's getting good, people.
Yeah, ultimately, having gotten the chance to just be around Montana State fans that whole day Saturday, it makes me feel a lot more pride in the victory that they had, that just these are fans that have been chomping at the bit for so long. And you can tell, I don't know what the scene is like right now, but I can tell that it's definitely rowdy.
They're tearing that city apart.
The way that they were just excited about the opportunity to play the game really, I think, showed whatever craziness is happening.
Did you see that picture with all the former players on the field with the current team?
No.
It was like 20-yard line to 20-yard line of Montana State alumni, just football alumni.
That rocks. That absolutely
How many
rocks.
actual alums were there? Just really, really good representation. It should be in Nashville. Keep it in Nashville. It's a fun enough city. It's not too big of a city. It's just a good place to host this game. We haven't been to Frisco. We've heard the stories of Frisco and the Frisco frat house.
I will never go.
I will go to the Frisco frat house. But I mean, it's just Nashville should be the spot. I think it proved it. Monday night, I would appreciate a Saturday game. I'd appreciate a Friday game, but I actually thought that Monday night in front of the nation, it turned out pretty well. And I know it's probably some sour grapes because we didn't get to stay and see the game. We wanted on a Saturday, but for the visual at-home viewer, tremendous.
All right, everybody. Good night. Montana State, congrats. Illinois State fans, we're sorry for you. It's a tough one. We'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your week.